I mean, come on. Come on. This is just my trash apartment. Imagine if you had like a nice house with some cool paintings like this. It'd be pretty sick, huh? Over a fireplace, you know? Ski lodge. Anyways, I'm going to explain my thoughts behind these paintings in a more concise manner and to the point. So, I saw this image first on Instagram and I really liked it. I really liked the fur jacket, the cowgirl, all that stuff, and so I wanted to paint that because I like painting the fur jacket. Something about the fur jacket and the cowgirl. It's like fun to paint. And then I was like, oh, it's a series of photos that this model did, and so then I found that one. And then I started painting that one, and then as I was painting it, I was like, why am I painting this just hot blonde woman? It feels kind of icky. What's my interest here? And I thought about it, and I did another video where I rambled about it, and then I figured out what it was. And what it is that it's interesting that she is a cowgirl. She wants to be a cowgirl in a heavily male-dominated space. You want to be part of the group, part of the guys, and be a cowgirl. Now, in that, she is trying to be a hyper-feminine cowgirl. Hyper-feminine, like, as feminine as possible. So, like, extremely feminine, right? She's got the hair, extensions, the lips, the eye makeup, the face, the body, all this shit, right? And so it's interesting that she wants to be seen in this male-dominated space of like rough and tough cowboys, but also she wants to be the most feminine version of a cowgirl there is. And then, while I was doing that, while I was painting it, and then I wanted to go find the third image, because I wanted to do a set of three, because three, I don't know. And then I found out that she is a Trumper, and so it's interesting to me that someone who does body modification and gender-affirming surgeries, doing surgeries in order to affirm your gender in the most, in a heteronormative way, gender normal way, to the extreme, right? She's doing surgeries to look like the most womanly possible, right? She's trying to like be a Barbie doll, right? She's doing these things to her body to look as much as possible like the idyllic woman, cowgirl, as far as she thinks. And so you've got someone doing these body modification surgeries who believes in a person, Trump, who actively dislikes and legislates against trans people. And so I think that that's interesting, that someone who does body modification, gender-affirming surgeries, would then go and tell someone else who's doing gender-affirming surgeries that they should not do it because, you know, she doesn't believe in that. And so I find that interesting. And what does that say about America? And what would that say about someone who purchases this with the intent of like having a hot woman in their house, right? They're purchasing, their interest in this hot woman stems men don't see this person as someone who has done body modification. Most men just look at this and say, oh, that's a hot person. They don't realize that she's done body modification, and like the extent of the body modification, they like think that that's her natural hair and shit like that. And so you've got that plays into it. I think that that's interesting that like a heteronormative man would purchase this stuff, and he might have similar beliefs about trans people, but then they're fetishizing someone who has done body modification. And so I think that it's all really interesting. It all kind of ties into the zeitgeist, cultural zeitgeist, and I think it's fun. And hopefully that was concise and to the point enough. Yeah. So if you want to purchase these paintings, they're going to be for sale soon. I'm going to put them on my website. But if you want to purchase them before they get on the website, you can just shoot me a DM. And yeah. So cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.